Hi, I'm Judy. I'm here today to do a project with you for kids with care experience from Crafty with Create. Okay, what you need to do this project, this one was done with a yogurt container. Today we're going to make one with an ice cream container. What you need is a container that is about the size of a peg. Now, as you can see, we've cut this back. I'll show you how to do that shortly. We need pegs, wooden pegs with the spring, and what you do, you get the pegs and you actually take the spring off, and that leaves you with two pieces of wood. So I've done some here and they're going to be our pretty little container. You'll need some string. You can use cord or string or braid, anything you've got at all, to go around the edges here to make it nice and tight when you're finished. We also need some glue. This is wood glue that glues wood together, so you'll need a wood glue to do this. And I've got some rubber bands here to actually secure it after we've glued the things on till it dries a little before we put the cord on. Okay. Right, to get your right size on these, you get your little peg, line it up with the bottom there, and as you can see, I've made little marks on there, and just mark it like so all the way around so that you know where to cut it. Okay. Now, if you've got some kitchen scissors, they're best because they don't wreck good sewing scissors. Now, I've started to cut that around. You cut it down, then cut it around. So we'll cut the rest of that off and away we go. Just cut along those lines that you've made. Until you've cut it all off. It's a little bit difficult, but you get there at the end, just like that. Okay, so now that's going to be our little pot. I'm just going to trim that off because I didn't cut it properly there. Now, you get your pegs and you start to glue them on. As I said, this is paper glue, wood glue, so you just, on the flat side of the peg, you put the glue. So we just get the glue to go on somehow. I'll pour a little bit in here because that sometimes can be a lot easier and a lot quicker. Just be generous with the glue on the back. And put your peg so that the big side, the wider side, is at the top. Now, so that that stays nice and even around the top, I put it upside down and we use that as the base so that they're all nice and even on the top. So and remember, this is the bottom. Now we keep going with that all the way around until we get back to the start.
Yep.
Okay, we've been working hard. We've got ourselves all the way around to here. We've just got a few more to put on. Now, they don't always fit when you get to the end. So as you can see, I've just spread a few little ones apart here so that they meet. You can be lucky and have one that, you know, actually fits when you get to the end, but you'd have to be pretty lucky. It's like winning the lotto. Now, as we've been putting these on, what you do, you just make sure that you press them in gently, just gently, because it's a very soft background on these. So just press them all in, and I'll turn it over, and how's that? There's your little thing. Now, while that's drying, I'm just going to get these rubber bands, and see the grooves in the top there? The groove around the top. I'm going to put that rubber band in that groove, just gently, because we don't want to get the pegs falling off. Okay, so that's in there. And if you like, you can put one around that bottom groove too. Okay, now that's where we're going to put the little cord. And the cord's there for a reason. The cord is there so that the pegs don't pop off. It's basically holding them all in place while you're using your pot. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to put I won't wait till it dries. I'm going to put the cord on now to show you how I do it. So I've got the cord, and just make sure that you've got a piece that's long enough to go around there and tie. We'll cut it off later. We need plenty of room to be able to tie it. Now I'm just going to gently leave it to dry before you do this, but I'm just going to gently take these rubber bands off and put the cord in that groove. See that little groove that's there? All the way around. And if you want the front of it to be one side or the other, what I did with the other one I made, I put one tie on this side and I put another tie on the bottom on the other side. So we just make a little knot like so, pull it in tight, and you might need somebody to hold that while you tie your knot, but I haven't got a little helper here, so just hold it in place. Just do a granny knot. You know what a granny knot is, and pull it tight. Okay, so that'll hold that in. Now I'll cut that off about there and there. Okay, now with the bottom one you do the same thing, but there we go, we're going to put the tie on this side. So I'll take the rubber band off, and get the other piece of cord, and I'm going to tie that around in that little groove all the way around the groove until we get here. Now once again, we're just going to tie a knot. Pull it as tight as you can, because we don't want those little pegs falling off. Okay. Pull it tight, put your finger on it, or get someone to put their finger on it. And just tie it. And that'll stay there. And cut it off. Now if you like, you can put a little bit of glue around that to hold it in. Just in that groove, just put a little bit of glue around there so that actually glues your cord. You can use string, you can use anything you like, anything that will tie. Pardon me. Okay, now what I do, just to make it look a bit fancier, I unwind the cord. To make a little fancy bit. Okay, now if you want to be really, really fancy, you can put a pretty button on that. and all you need to do is glue it on. We'll use this little one. So on the back, put lots of glue because we need it to stick. And press it in there so that it's actually stuck on the and just hold it there for a minute until it takes. Try a flatter button. That one had a little shank on the back of it, and it obviously wasn't going to sit flat on the. So that's something we learned. You don't use a button with a shank. So there we go. We'll just glue that on. Okay, now that's using an ice cream container. You can also use a small spaghetti or baked bean container, because guess what? Those pegs fit beautifully around it, and that's easy to make. See? So that's just a spaghetti tin. So once you've taken your top off and emptied it out, you'll eat the spaghetti first, and you can put your little pegs around so. Okay, that's the first part done. What we're going to do, and I've just moved that, it needs to be left to dry. So we'll turn it round the other way. And now is the, you can also, if you like, put some clear varnish on it. You can paint it with paint, or you can just leave it as it is, because anyway it looks pretty good. Now, I have got some little plants. These are succulents, so they're really easy to grow. So I'll get them out of here, and I shall put some soil in the... Right, here we go. Get something to get your... This is just normal potting mix. So we're going to put it in there. What you can do too, after it's dry, hammer some nails through the bottom of it to make some little holes. Put your potting mix in. Succulents are easy because they don't require a lot of water and they don't die if you forget. They're my favourite plants. Make it all even all the way around. Then, see the lid? We kept the lid here, and what you do, you put your pot on the lid and it fits nicely inside, see? Now, we're going to put some plants in. I've got them, they've still got a little bit of soil on the bottom. So we just put them in and push it down a little bit so that it's sitting firm in there. And we got this one here for a little bit of height. You can put any plants you like in there, but as I said, the succulents are a lot easier to keep alive. But if you've got your favourite plants, well, you know what to do. You can put them in there. And they'll grow, they'll get bigger, And you might even become a good gardener out of all this. So there we go. Is that easy? I think so. And I think it looks quite pretty too. Enjoy making it because I've enjoyed showing you how. Goodbye.